Hi everyone, oh my god, my voice crack! Hi everyone, if you don't know, I've lost my voice, and I feel like wearing this just because I don't want you to get anything that I may have. I know I have a cold, but I still don't want you to get it, so I feel like even though this is like a very like intimate setting, like you watching this and me here, I don't want you to get it. Also people, your mask goes over your nose and your mouth, so if you don't do that, make it make sense. So hi everyone, welcome back. Again, I get it, my voice sounds horrible, I've lost it, but we don't need to talk about that in this video. What we're going to be talking about in this video is Shane, Dawson, Andrew, and Garrett. Now, everyone makes fun of the way I say Garrett Watts. Garrett Watts. Listen, dumbasses, there's such thing called an accent. Over here in Derry, we say Garrett. So if you don't say Garrett and you say Garrett, my voice can't even go that high. If you say Garrett, okay, well done. I'm so happy for you. There's things called accents, babe, and I call him Garrett. So if you have an issue with that, please evaluate what makes you angry. So whenever this full drama happened with Shane, I literally started asking everyone what their opinions were on Andrew and Garrett and how they would be feeling in this. I've done a video on Andrew, I've done one on Garrett, and I've done one on Drew. And with each of them, I think there's very different relationships that they've had with Shane. If you keep in mind, Garrett and Shane seem to be the closest friends, whereas Andrew and Shane seem to be more like work colleagues than friends in my opinion. I mean, of course they're friends because they're so close, but because Andrew's being paid and they do a job, I see it as more a work friendship, which is okay. And then Drew left ages ago to help his mental health and look after himself, which, you know, I mean, we all love Drew on this channel. We also love Garrett on this channel. Now, Andrew, my opinions are very mixed on him because I think if you're around someone as problematic as Shane all the time, then there has to be a little bit of a problematic factor to you too. And whenever Shane Dawson's channel got demonetized on YouTube, my initial thought was, what's going to happen with Andrew? Because Shane has his money built up, but I assume Andrew gets paid yearly or monthly or whatever. But Andrew is not doing any work with Shane. Right now, in my opinion anyway, and from what we know, unless Shane is working on that docu-series about himself, you know what I mean, that like 10-parter on why he's a changed person. Which, what do you guys think about that? Do you think that's actually happening? I think as the days goes on, I think it isn't happening, and I think he's just working on that, you know, horror film instead. But honestly, I can't see him coming back to YouTube in any other way other than making a documentary about himself, and even PewDiePie joked about it, and PewDiePie said the only way he can come back is making a docu-series about himself that he made on all these other problematic people. So say if Andrew is out of work, I'm sure he's paid very well so he has enough money, but if Andrew loves what he's doing so much, I suggested that he was probably going to work with one of Shane's ex-friends that don't seemingly be around him anymore, like Drew or Garrett, and work with them full time because they make money too. They have their own YouTube channels, they get sponsorships, especially Garrett more than Drew. Like, Garrett has his own YouTube channel, he has his own community, he's doing his own thing, he's doing great on there. So I said in multiple videos, I don't know if you remember, that I was like knocking on wood saying that I knew it was gonna happen, that Andrew and Garrett were probably gonna work together. I can't remember if I said they were gonna work together full-time or part-time, whatever, but you know what? What I said happened. I planted that seed and it is now growing. Now, and this could be a temporary thing until him and Shane start doing work together. But anyway, Garrett did another video. Now, he doesn't post that much to YouTube, so this was a little comeback. And the video was basically a day in the life. So here you go. It was called A Day in My Life. It's a long video, and it features him and Andrew. He talks about how him and Andrew have been friends for a while. And the way he introduced Andrew and kind of talked about him a lot, I honestly felt like it was almost introducing Andrew to his audience, which we already know him anyway. But it seemed very official, and I was kind of like, ooh, is this what's happening now? Because Garrett and Andrew seem to have a more genuine friendship, in my opinion, that what on screen is Shane and Andrew. Now keep in mind, everyone was like, Andrew should walk away from Shane, and we don't think he did, but we also don't know if he did. And now the fact he's doing the same thing he did with Shane with Garrett, it kind of insinuates that he did. At least temporarily, which in itself is like, And so everyone was like, oh, Andrew should have walked away from Shane ages ago. But if you keep in mind, I'm sure Shane and Jeffrey probably wouldn't want Andrew to walk away, because could you imagine the amount of footage that he has that didn't make the Shane and Jeffrey series, or Shane and other people's series, and Shane videos in general? Can you imagine? The older content we're seeing from Shane, there could have been a newer element of that, like same running jokes and commentary in the newer ones that they just edited out, and maybe Andrew had them on like an external hard drive. That's not someone you want to let go if you are hiding something. I'm not saying he is, but I'm saying if. That's not what you want. So I hate to be that bitch, but I told you so. I told you they were gonna work together. I told you that they were gonna become business partners. I saw it. I literally manifested it because I saw it happening. So I asked my subscribers, because y'all were really involved in my first couple of videos on this, And I said, opinions on Garrett and Andrew joining forces for Garrett's YouTube comeback and making videos together. If y'all remember, we predicted this. Alia Petty said, just happy that Garrett isn't being bullied by Shane, to be honest. He seems to just remove himself from Shane, which honestly is very, very smart. Let's just support him and his innocent content. Lyrical Mastermind 2 said, I like Andrew. I think Garrett deserves to have his skills more than Shane. Now, we may be entering an entire new era of Garrett and new content now that he has Andrew on his team. Who knows? It's Rachel said, I'm so happy for Garrett. He established himself and created a fan base honestly just by being himself. He didn't need Shane or anyone else in his own videos. The videos were just him and they were really good. He always had interesting, quirky ideas and themes, so I'm glad that he continued making videos. Would have been so disappointed to lose him in all this drama. Now, if you remember back to the start of the Dramageddon 3, Andrew actually commented on a shady TikTok about Shane and insinuating about Shane. I did a video on that as well. I can't really remember off the top of my head what happened, but Andrew knew what was going on. I mean Garrett. Sorry, so many names. Jesselyn said, I think it's good that Andrew is hanging out with Garrett again. I think he will slowly step away from Shane like Garrett did, and I think this is the most realistic thing that will happen. I don't think what happened with Shane was that he left like that. I think it is a gradual process like Garrett did. Garrett was kind of phased out in the videos, then kind of did his own thing. So maybe it's just Andrew and Garrett joining forces. Are y'all here for that? Trish said, honestly, all I want is for the squad to come back without Shane and Rylan because the funniest ones have always been Garrett and Morgan anyway. Robbie said, Andrew is attaching himself to the correct ship. Patrick said, it's amazing. I think it was shady in the best way possible that Garrett put in his video saying Andrew and I have been friends since we moved to LA. Like, you can't cancel me for being Andrew's friend when I was for years before Shane came along and stole him. It was also shady and amazing that he included what looked like just a clip of him, Drew, and Andrew. This is a huge fuck you to Shane in my opinion, because Shane and Drew were so close and it 100% seemed to be that Drew is no longer in contact with Shane, but Garrett and Drew are still close. Obviously, we don't have the receipts to prove this, but Garrett usually shouts out Drew's returns to YouTube on his channel. Anyways, my response is don't cancel Andrew for being with Shane because it seems obvious to me that he is entirely in a work relationship now, and Garrett is entirely a best friend for life. I'm really hoping Andrew gets to leave Shane and work alongside Garrett. Sushi said Garrett was the one carrying every episode with Shane anyway, so I'm super glad that they're making videos together. They can make similar content as Shane, just piss less in bottles. Mickey said they're living their best life and it's adorable. I just hope they stay them because they're genuinely seeming so happy just hanging out and joking around each other. Lasley said, I want this to last forever. Shane doesn't deserve Garrett or Andrew. Kate said, honestly, I really liked Andrew in the Spooky Boy series. I really hope he creates his own content without Shane. Also, I really want my boy to do his own horror series with different people. And this is the thing. I don't see Andrew as the person who enjoys being in front of the camera, just filming, so that's why I can see him and Garrett having a friendship, work relationship in terms of he's filming, but he's also involved, kind of more so where Shane, he's just filming and then he does like that, you know, sitcom laugh track, which I hate. Passion said they're moving on and trying to do better for themselves. While I'm sure they're still in contract with Shane, which is very important to say that Andrew is probably in contract, I agree. They are doing the right thing by separating themselves from him and maybe possibly slowly come back to Shane when things die down. And that's the thing, that is very hypocritical then, so I won't support that. But they know what's best for them, but if I had a friend like that, I wouldn't ever try to run back. You know what I mean? And by you know what I mean, for fucking sake, you would never fucking go back. You know what I mean? Run. Run, bitch. Darby said, love this so much. I knew Andrew would make the smart choice on who to work with because he's pretty unproblematic. Artsy B said, that video was so funny. We all knew Garrett and Andrew would be the power duo. Shane is quaking. I said quaking if you didn't hear me. Dari said, I'm so happy for Garrett. He looks very happy and he's growing so much without Shane, and to see him and Andrew moving on with their lives without Shane is so beautiful. They had such a great friendship and I'm so happy they are reconnecting. Sonny said, damn, I called it. We're one and the same. Do y'all remember the Demi Lovato and Selena Gomez song? It was like, we're one and the same. We're anything but ordinary. One and the same. Oh my god, singing when your voice is gone is not thing I should be doing. So what if I'm the monster? See, like, I'm like gamed out. Get that fire exit door, I'm out here. Luna said, we need more of this. Their friendship seems so genuine and Andrew actually seemed to be a part of something, rather than just being told what to do. Yeah, more of Garrett and Andrew, please. Sophia said, I'm glad he ain't near Shane or Ryland anymore, and I'm glad him and Andrew are out here living their best life. We'll read out one more. So Lanier Melody said, I love when they film together. They're both awesome, quirky, weird, and fun. I find that when I see them both with Shane, Shane cuts that down immediately and tries to put himself in the spotlight. I really want them to continue filming together because I feel greater things will happen for both of them if they continue this. They both have amazing personalities, amazing skills, and some sense of dignity. Shane nor Jeffrey can relate. Allegedly. God.
Allegedly.
See, that's whenever my voice was fine, right?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Oh my god. So guys, what's your opinion on this? I can't believe I called this. I called this, some of y'all called it in the comments, and we did that. We literally said that Garrett and Andrew would come together and make videos, like... So what is your opinion? Are you here for this duo? Let me know. How do you think Shane is reacting to all this? Do you think the friend group will ever get back together without him? Like, let me know where your thought process is with this right now. Do you think Drew will come back with them? Like, there's so many questions. Let me know. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. And, bitch, over there. Bye.